better than us? Nobody!
We want to focus on the things that have made us good all year long. An intensity that they can't match. And the other thing is the ultimate disrespect is when somebody takes what's yours. And this is our game. So that makes it so personal. Dominate on 3. 1, 2, 3, dominate.
I need 60 minutes. 60 minutes to me! You got it. 60 minutes! No business, no mercy! Nothing but stop on the clock bubble! You got me! We're gonna ring the bell! We're gonna ring that championship bell! Ding! Motherfucking dog!
Ball is on Mitch Jeter's leg. Good snap, good hold, kick on its way, and the kick is good! Yes! Mitch Jeter, with 7 seconds left, gives the Irish a lead, 27-24. Notre Dame is on the precipice.
Notre Dame has won the Orange Bowl. 3rd and 16, Mahomes rolling out. Looking, firing, intercepted, picked up by Cooper DeJean, gets a block, DeJean is in, touchdown!
The Philadelphia Eagles have won Super Bowl 59. They have beaten the Kansas City Chiefs.
And now, welcome everyone to the Huddle Up Podcast.
You are looking live.
You are looking live. It is December the 23rd, 2025. We're glad to be back with you for another week Huddle Up Podcast. And we hope you are well, and we hope your Christmas preparations are going well. And if you are missing presents, well, it's probably too late. So just settle in with us, and we will try to get you through the horror of forgetting to get Christmas presents. Make sure you're following along with us all year and all off-season long at Huddle Up Podcast on YouTube, Facebook, Blue Sky, TikTok, and Twitter at Huddle Up Podcast Inc. on Instagram, and we're at Huddle Up Inc. on Twitch. You can scan the QR code top right corner of your screen. That will get you to our link tree. That'll get you everything and anything Huddle Up related. You can also grab your merchandise over on the TeePublic store. We've been telling about it for weeks. Don't know if there's any more holiday sales going on, but again, you can do that little IOU deal as we've been telling you about for the last couple of weeks because, yeah, you're not getting it by Christmas at this point, folks. That is custom merchandise printed up for you. So you won't get it in time for Thursday, but maybe you'll get it in time for New Year's if you rush ship it. You know, maybe everybody loves a good New Year's present. So we do have a couple of new items over there. I did add the Christmas logo. You've seen it throughout the month of December. You can get that on a shirt. You can also get we have the Stranger Things shirt over there. So get you ready for the remaining portion of the final season with new episodes dropping this week. So get ready for that. EJ may be joining us. Others may be joining us later on. Me and Sean here to kick off the show as we've been doing mostly every week here for a while. So, Sean, how we doing this week?
Good to be back. Not a bad week. Week off school. So, I was looking forward to some time home with the kids. And after about 4 hours, that was enough. Let's get back to school. What do you say?
You're like,
guys?
all right. We've had enough winter break. Get back to school.
Enough of that. But no, we're pretty prepped. Got some wrapping to do. Santa's got to show up. But, everything to this point with my last-minute Dollar Tree run right before this podcast seems to be in swing. So we should be good. And, hey, to the listeners out there, if you haven't gotten that Christmas gift and you're like, shoot, I forgot about Grandma, just do what I would do. Stay up all night, watch all the episodes of Huddle Up from the last year.
There you go.
And edit together all of the times we make fun of EJ into one montage. maybe edit some like Christmas lights around it and send it to her email.
Well, I don't got the rain van comb, but
yeah, that's it. Let's just do that, and and if you can make one that has conflicting takes in it from EJ from week to week, I'll buy it.
Well, yeah, I mean there was always this classic too.
Yeah, you got all this stuff going. You go what?
That's one of my favorite EJ quotes.
What?
There it is. Gotta get that last word in.
Yeah, one of my favorite EJ moments. But yeah, no. Merry Christmas to you, Jim. I don't know if I'll see you. If I'll talk to you right on Christmas. It's usually a whirlwind of a day.
Yeah, usually pretty busy. I know we got a couple different things to do. We're also going to see the Christmas Vacation out here at the local theater in the evening. So usually that's about the time we normally talk. But yeah, Merry Christmas, brother. So
it's a lot more traditional and social than what my preschool Christmas looks like. So we'll see. Good news is
just hanging in a house.
Good news is Santa's bringing tablets this year, so I expect a day of silence.
There you go. That's the best gift that you can get.
Throw them on there for the afternoon when the football's on.
There you go.
All the tablets.
Well, I don't know if you're going to be able to call, what the conglomeration of games that the NFL has strung together for Christmas Day actual football, but it'll be on nonetheless.
There will be a football in play.
Football-ish games.
They will be holding a football at times.
The NBA games might be closer to NFL football than the actual NFL football games.
Very possible.
But yeah, there will be football adjacent productions put on by Netflix. We do know that much. So, yeah. Cowboys, the Cowboys say they're playing all of their starters because that doesn't seem like a poor plan to close out the year that means nothing. Detroit, I think, has stuff to play for, so they should be at full strength. Yeah. And then I think, Max Brosman will be starting for the Vikings, and I forget what the night game is. We're not picking it, spoiler alert. But it's not, Chiefs and somebody.
Oh, yeah, Chiefs. It's someone I was like, man, someone's going to roll in and beat the Chiefs, or the Chiefs are going to beat someone. I think it's the Broncos.
I think you might be right. I think it might be the Broncos.
You have a fairly decent rivalry game there, but no one playing quarterback for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I don't know.
Gardner Minshew.
Rivers worked out. Like they couldn't call Joe Montana or something.
Dude, the fact that Phillip Rivers was the best player on the field for the Indianapolis Colts yesterday is baffling.
It's ridiculous.
Let's go back to, I don't remember if any of us said it on the NFL preseason show where we predicted the season, but I don't recall anybody saying that by week 16, the Colts defense will let Phillip Rivers down for the second week in a row.
That defense is horrendous.
It's so bad.
It stinks.
How did
and I know the Niners aren't a slouch, but
no.
Tackle somebody. I'm telling EJ.
It stinks.
It stinks. Oh my god.
It's brutal. Just absolutely brutal. But
it'd be funny. It'd be awesome if, for teams that don't matter, if instead of just flexing times, they could just change. I would want to see the Colts with Pip Rivers play against Joe Flacco.
Oh my god!
Just move Flacco back to the Browns and put him against Pip Rivers.
Right.
Just let him slug it out one more time.
Give me the oldest quarterback matchup in the history of football, or just have the Colts play the Steelers, and that's just as old.
40-plus-year-old quarterbacks that looked great.
Yeah.
In their season, and have one combined win.
The craziest thing is Phillip Rivers, as a grandpa coming off the couch, has looked better in 2 weeks than Aaron Rodgers has looked at multiple times this year.
Oh, I know, and you just I guess it's not a life situation where he was going to keep playing, Aaron Abuska, Rodgers, or whatever he does.
You done messed up, Aaron.
But. Yeah, hats off to Pip Rivers.
Good for him, man.
Way to go, man.
Good for him. All 86 kids of his were at the game last night. Took up 3 suites right next to each other. Quite the spread there for the Rivers family.
Is it college night? Was there a high school chorus concert here? No, it's just my kids.
It's just all of my children. All of the family. You mean all in the family? No, all of my family.
No, it's just there's a lot of
There's just all of them. It's all of them are my family. But Sean, let's kick it off the only way we know how to do.
It's the best of the week. The best of the week.
Each week this year, we've been looking back at the week that was and the best from the last week in the world of football. So, Sean, what's your best of the week this week?
Best of the week this week goes to kind of a player on a team and that team. I'm going to give my best of the week to DJ Moore and the Chicago Bears. First of all, what a game that was.
Ooh.
I mean, it's kind of diminished by the fact that you didn't get a full game with Jordan Love. But, I mean, I don't know how much better Jordan Love would have played than Malik Willis. I thought he put on a show.
Willis balled out, man.
He looks miles different than he did the last we saw him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, DJ Moore, and I'm choosing DJ Moore partly because over the last 2 weeks with the Bears on the record, I learned a very interesting stat about DJ Moore that this season on the Chicago Bears, year 3 with the Bears, is the first winning season, the first winning team DJ Moore will play on since his senior year of high school.
Oh, my God.
His senior year of high school, Imhotep Institute High School went 12-2 in 2014.
My God.
He played 3 seasons at Maryland, 3-9, 6-7 got close, 6-7, and 4-8. And since then, a stint with the Panthers got him as close as 7-9 his rookie year.
Thing sucks.
Yeah, and now here at 10-4, the first time since Imhotep Institute High School that DJ Moore gets to celebrate a winning season, and he does so in style with one heck of a catch in overtime, 5 catches, 97 yards, and that score on the day. So not a bad showing. And along the lines of the Bears, if you didn't think Caleb Williams had arrived to the NFL to this point, he has now.
Right. So just
stand there and you're wrong. Listen, be wrong and get used to it.
That throw was 60 yards in the air over a defender on a dime.
Yeah.
On a drive where they really only needed a field goal.
Like,
and he just knew it was there and hit it. It was an unbelievable play.
There's a lot of years we've obviously over the course of this show made jokes about who is and who isn't coach of the year as we stare at Brian Daboll. But I don't envy the writers who have to figure out that award this year.
Jeez.
Because you got Mike Vrabel would like a word, Ben Johnson would like a word.
There's a lot of guys.
The coach in Seattle, whose name is slipping my mind, he would like a word. Like, there's so many good coaching candidates. Cohen in Jacksonville would like a word.
I feel like the coach of the year, Duval. I feel like coach of the year and probably like comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
There's times where you're like, well, it's got to be Joe Flacco, right? And then you're like, oh wait, it could be Jonathan Taylor, who like showed up for the first time in a few years. It could, there's so many guys.
Well, it can't be Joe. It can't be Joe Flacco. He literally won the award by beating a guy who died and came back to life. So Joe Flacco can never win that award again.
He got his.
Like he stole his from a formerly known as dead guy. So you can't win that award anymore, Joe Flacco. Sorry, bud.
And if you want, I forgot. I have a back end DJ Moore stat.
Okay.
/ the Bears suck stat. DJ Moore in his 3rd year with Chicago. Has for his receiving yards with the Bears is sitting at 2,994 yards in 3 seasons, which is good enough for 60% of the way to the all-time Bears leading receiving yards.
Good Lord.
Bears leading receiver all time, Johnny Morris from 1958 to 1967 had 5,097 yards.
We don't get to play. I'm playing it. We don't get to play this much anymore. But
the Bears still suck. The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck. We really suck. Yes, the Bears still suck.
Like,
I think it's just because they don't hold any good receivers.
I
Like
guess.
Brandon Marshall played there, but only for 2 years. Put up.
well, and I mean,
3,500.
you've been around for 1,000 years, so like you were around since before the forward pass was invented.
Alshon Jeffrey played there for 4. He's at 4,500. He's third on the all-time list. But man, Mike Ditka, who was a blocking tight end in the early 60s, is 5th on the all-time list.
Get your mouth shut.
He played for 6 years and had 4,503 yards.
Good
And is
Lord.
still to this day,
Like,
he
did they
has
just
more receiving yards than Matt Forte.
like
in
did
a
they
Bears
just the Bears
uniform.
just did they not know that you could throw the football? I guess.
They must not have got well, there's a lot of snow between South Bend, Indiana, where the forward
Unreal.
pass was invented, and Chicago. There's a lot of wind and snow and weather and a-holes.
Well, there's that.
And there's the community. There's different language. There's a language barrier there, so it's hard. You don't pick up on it.
Unreal.
My God, how is that even?
I can't. That's that.
I mean, Jay Cutler stinks, but he could throw the ball. How did he not have?
Yeah, right. Like
they must have just ripped through receivers,
Right.
like and just never had it.
This guy sucks.
Yep. So there's your Bears suck stat of the week, and but good for DJ Moore one more time.
Heck yeah.
Congrats on the winning season. Congrats on the catch. Congrats on the win, and good luck beating the 49ers this week.
Yeah, good. Got some big ones there. I kind of thought about throwing Caleb Williams. 19 at 34, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns. We obviously touched on him.
Good day.
But for me, like my best of the week, and it's gonna be kind of odd, but USC football alumni, at least some of them, over the last 24, 36 hours. So it was confirmed yesterday that the USC Notre Dame series has come to an end, at least until 2030 at the earliest. We know will be the earliest they can resume it. Basically, per a report by Yahoo Sports, that there was both sides, Notre Dame and USC, were ready to sign off on a new deal.
So I had heard, yeah,
for the next 2 years. And then basically when USC saw how the college football playoff committee works in the later part of the season, they said, oh, we don't want to take a late season loss to Notre Dame. It was basically the provision that they said, so they backed out of the deal.
Wussies.
USC claims that it has to do with the memorandum that was signed off by all 18 Big Ten schools, created basically by the SEC and Big Ten commissioners, and the Notre Dame provision about being in the top 12. But I've seen a lot of USC alumni. Keyshawn Johnson was the first that I saw. Petros Papadakis had gone on record and saying it. There's been numerous others that slipped my mind. But putting USC's athletic department, coaching staff, Lincoln Riley, all on blast for basically cowarding out of what is one of the arguably the best rivalries in college football. So credit to those USC alumni who have the spine to stand up and call it what it is, because Notre Dame is ready to play any point in the season. All year that they've said it in media, they've said it in interviews. Like, look, if USC wants to play us week 1, we'll play week 1. If they want to play in September, figure it out. We'll play in September. Notre Dame personally likes it, especially every other year. They go out to California, rivalry weekend. USC usually comes to South Bend in mid to late October. It's kind of been that way forever. Credit to those people in the USC universe who have speaking up about it, and to all the BYU fans who said Notre Dame was afraid to play you. Surprise, surprise. We'll see you in Provo next year. So would hate to see those things come to roost.
Yeah,
on you guys.
it's nice it's nice to see the holiday season when you're able to give gifts to people that have been asking. You know, they keep asking Santa, and Santa
Right.
comes through. So Merry Christmas,
There you go.
Utah.
There you go. We will see you. We will see you next year. But yeah, let's dive right in though, Sean. College football playoff round 1. If we want to call it that, is in the rearview mirror now.
I mean, it was something.
It was a thing that happened this past weekend.
At least they said so.
They said so. I saw some of Saturday games because it was on a TV at a house that I was at. I still have not put any postseason college football.
Watched some while I was out and about, and while I was waiting for some Saturday NFL, I had part of the Ole Miss game on the patio, just getting the TV warmed up.
There you go. But yeah, the results: Friday night, Alabama beats Oklahoma 34-24. On Saturday, Miami beats Texas A&M 10-3 in an offensive struggle.
God, what an awful game.
Ole Miss beats Tulane 41-10 in a game that wasn't that close. And
we did have a bad schedule.
And Oregon in the nightcap beats James Madison 51-34 in a game that honestly could have been a lot worse. Oregon pretty much called off the Dogs at halftime when it was 34-3. I've seen a lot of James Madison and G5 truthers out there trying to point at that game of why they belong, and I'm like, let's get serious here, folks. And again, my issue is not with the G5 teams. They did what they were supposed to do. They won their conferences per the setup as we currently have it. They earned their right to get in. I'm not faulting that. I will fault the system that got them there, but I will not fault them for doing their job. I don't, like I said, I don't have a lot of thoughts on the games themselves because I didn't really watch the games.
Well, they were trash. I mean, I was able to watch some highlights and I watched some replay footage of a few of them, like more of the Miami A&M game. I was trying to figure out like why was no one scoring. And it didn't look as much like great defenses.
Because they're not good. It's the thing we've been saying for a month.
It's just neither team was really doing a lot. I mean, and it's more of a shocker for A&M, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if they just outthought themselves, but it looked boring. It looked listless. There was no creativity. It was just like, well, maybe that's it. Maybe they listened to our podcast. And
maybe.
Like, well, those Nice boys say these guys are terrible. We could just run our practice offense.
Yeah. And
because that's what it looked like. But, man.
Brutal. Brutal
and
stuff.
I was way off on. I thought Tulane might cover. I was wrong there, but I did hit the James Madison backdoor cover.
There you go.
So I got that. But yeah, I think it was a real rough round of football for the committee, and I got to say, I feel just terrible for them.
It's a real shame.
This process so much. It's a shame that when things go right, that the games can go so wrong. I mean, Alabama, Oklahoma was probably it was an entertaining game.
Alabama.
It was still an example of Oklahoma not being able to close the door. You know what I mean? Like it was
Oklahoma.
You know, it was a story of like if you can crack their defense, their offense isn't going to keep up with anything you do, and that's pretty much what happened. So,
they got out to the hot start and just stopped and just collapsed.
Yeah, boring. Good news for Miami is they get a Ohio State team this week, and that should be fun for us to. I might watch that one.
Those games, we will preview those next week as those will be, I think, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So we will get to preview those next week. But so I've seen like the big discussion now is we've seen 2 years of a 12-team playoff, and Boise State got in last year. They had the bye because of the mistake in the setup of the original format. And they did nothing against Penn State last year. This year, the G5 teams do even less. I've also seen people like citing the fact that, you had blowouts in round one last year because of, like Tennessee got blown out by Ohio State. SMU got blown out by Penn State. And, and they're bringing up questions about, like, what do you do about the G5? Is 12 teams too many? This and that. I think the fix to me is staring everybody right in the face. We're not going to see it happen because it will potentially ice out major conference winners. But to me, the answer is simple. You need to have a minimum ranking for a conference champion to get into the bracket. So be it 18, 19, 20. I think 20 should be the lowest.
20 would be like probably the number you'd be able to sell to the committee, probably.
Yeah, but like because Tulane was 21st, James Madison was 24th. If hypothetically speaking, Duke would have been eligible because of winning the ACC, they weren't even ranked. Like so, you would have had two quote unquote better teams. You know, in this instance, Notre Dame and BYU would have gotten in.
All of a sudden, Ole Miss, instead of playing Tulane, would have seen
Notre Dame.
One of those two teams, probably Notre Dame, based on how the rankings.
Yeah, and Oregon would have played BYU. To me, those are better games. Those are better games.
Way better games.
Like, you know,
those are matchups you can sell. Like, how do you sell Ole Miss Tulane or Oregon James Madison to anyone?
Right.
And I get James Madison. Did a lot of those folks travel to Eugene? Absolutely. There was a strong contingent. Now, was it a majority in the stadium? Not even close. But,
and they stayed there till the end. And credit to them, man. This
might be their only shot at any semblance.
This was their Super Bowl. This was their Super Bowl.
So good for James Madison. But yeah, I mean, it's got to be done. But here's the thing to remember too, is like one, the ACC's got to fix whatever their crap is going on in that conference. Like how Miami wasn't just the conference. Like you need to fix whatever's going on there. Assuming that gets repaired, this two outside schools thing isn't going to happen every year. Like the ACC presumably would have a champion then. This doesn't come into the picture really. Maybe you get the one team. And last year, to be honest, we talked about it. If Boise State, because Boise State was a decent team.
Right.
But if you would have handed them to the 3 seed or to the 5 seed and just been like, here you go, you know, make sure you play your game because they are dangerous if you screw up. And they blow Boise State out. I mean, like, congratulate. Good for being 5. Like, that's your reward for being 5. And whatever. Like having one of those schools in. Now, how you fix it permanently, I don't know. This is an awful long break between games. So, like, I do think the option is there that if you're like, okay, we're just going to include the Power 5. If you do the minimum ranking thing, that works pretty well too. But I was like, if you have this situation where you have a couple of ranked teams or all of them are not in the top 12, then make those teams somehow play in. I don't know how to do it. Take your top 2 ranked like this year and be like, you guys are going to play the week after the championship games. You push the first round back a week. Don't give 2 weeks off. Like it's football. Like just prepare for a week and go play. Right. Like, stop it. Like, well, the other teams got to rest. Yeah, they're better than you. So whatever. Like that's the deal, right?
Yeah.
But then the other part of me is like, if you don't want these teams in, and you're one of the big schools, win your games.
Right.
You know, like I mean, that's the biggest problem is when you got down to like, you know, but it's teams like Notre Dame and BYU that get kind of screwed by it because, you know, the other like the ACC has no stake in an argument against these schools being in because their team was worse.
Right. Your champion was literally
Duke
worse.
Duke also would have gotten mowed down by Oregon.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Duke winning. And that's the thing. And the ACC has already said that they're going to look at amending their tie-breaking procedures, which they absolutely need to because, yeah, like, look, we can argue.
They look like Donovan McNabb not knowing there were ties.
Right, like we can argue as much as we want about should Notre Dame been in over Alabama or Miami or, you know, any of those arguments we've had for the last couple of weeks. But if the ACC just does their tie-breaking procedure correctly, then Miami is either in because they win the ACC or they're out because they lost to the in the ACC title game. So that they're not even in the conversation. There's not a debate with them anymore. They're either locked in or they're locked out. And they probably win the ACC because let's admit it, they are the the best of that conference. What that says overall, I don't know, but they would have won the ACC. They would have gotten their way in. And we wouldn't have had James Madison. We would have had Oregon versus Tulane because Tulane would have gotten in, but then it would have been Ole Miss versus Ole Miss versus Notre Dame. That's a better opening round matchup Absolutely. As well. It's just it's a bit of a broken system. And for everybody saying, well, if you do the minimum ranking thing, then a G5 can't get in. Boise State was 9th last year in the last ranking. Like that's why they ended up as the 3 seed because of the way they had it set up. But they were 9th. They would have been at Indiana to start. So you don't tell me that a G5 team can't get there, because they can. It's just you. I get you have to be perfect.
You're not going to do it with 2 losses.
No. And you're going to have to schedule and compete and maybe beat or compete with a team that is ranked near the top. So
right, like it looked like USF might be a candidate for that this year for a while when they had
until they won.
They upset a Boise State and then they go and they beat Florida and had they even with a stumble to Miami, if they'd have won out and had those 2 wins on their resume with 1 loss to Miami, they probably would have been in the top 20.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
And would have been right in there. So you just, you gotta plan your schedule accordingly. You got to realize it's an uphill scrap, but you got a shot. Why not?
The other reaction that I've seen coming out of this round 1, and this will be where I kind of my last thoughts on the whole first round, but I've seen a lot of people saying because Alabama beat Oklahoma and because Miami beat Texas A&M, that means the committee got it right. Do you agree with that?
Well, how does that prove anything? The getting it wrong part is like they took spots from teams that were better. So like, oh wow, well Alabama beat Oklahoma. Well, what proof is it that the other team wouldn't have beaten them by more? They wouldn't have had to come back from 17 points down, or that if Texas A&M is going to come out that flat, Notre Dame would have killed them.
Right,
like we'd have run all over.
Right.
I don't think it would have even been close. And as flat as Miami looked, I think we'd have killed them.
Right.
I still think that was the correct play for this committee would have been drop Alabama with the loss.
Yeah.
Put Notre Dame at 8 or 9 and have Miami at 8 or 9 would have been the best play.
Right. Give us the rematch of Notre Dame Miami.
The ratings on that game would have been astounding.
Huge
for a first round playoff.
Especially
game.
it being the Friday night game. Give me another primetime Notre Dame Miami game.
The playoff. Oh my God.
You're printing money at that point.
And they just were like, well, we gotta get the SEC teams in. So
right.
But no, it doesn't prove anything about them getting it right. Does it prove that at least Miami and Alabama can beat other teams that probably shouldn't be in here either? Yeah. I don't think Oklahoma's very good.
That's the thing I was
been 10 at best.
Like that was the thing I was screaming from the mountaintop is I remember like the week the most ironic part is the week that Alabama had moved above Notre Dame prior, after the Auburn the gutsy win over Auburn. That was the weekend that I saw a lot of people in sports media saying they thought Notre Dame should have moved above Oklahoma.
Because Oklahoma had a rough day that way.
And people were starting to question Oklahoma's ability to do anything in the playoffs. By the way, 0-5 now in college football playoff play are the Oklahoma Sooners. But Notre Dame should never be there.
Oklahoma, okay,
right?
Okay,
just okay. Maybe not okay.
Not okay. Oklahoma, not okay.
Not okay. So look, again, I don't think it necessarily proves them being right or wrong and we're never going to really have a definitive answer because the team that got dropped for doing nothing but winning is never going to have the ability to have a say. So that's the problem. bottom line is the people who hate a team from Northern Indiana are absolutely going to unequivocally say, see, we told you so, these teams are better. People with a brain and who are fans of those.
If A&M came out that flat and Miami put up like 49 points, I'd be like, with the fact that Miami won a flat game, the only thing that 10-7 matchup proved is that A&M shit themselves.
Exactly.
You had a matchup against a team that obviously has a ton of talent. You just got to outplay them because you've played teams this good before.
And to fall that flat at home,
prepared. They were they looked awful.
Yeah.
For the second time all year, and I think that's all that game proved.
And I also, it's also funny that the conference that they had to strong arm in as many teams as possible went 1-2, and the only reason they went 1-2 is because two of the teams played each other. So we're going to very quickly find out when we get to next week with the Rose Bowl with Indiana and Alabama. That's maybe where you're going to find out a little bit more if a committee was closer to being quote
this next round is where you're going to find out if they at least maybe they didn't get it right, but maybe they at least picked teams that were more capable than you and I have given them credit for.
Because I have a lot.
If Alabama stays in it, I don't care if they win or not. If Alabama's in a close game with Indiana at the end of that one, and if Miami's in a close game with Ohio State, then I'll be like, you know what, they're better than I thought. But I'm still not going to say they got it right.
No, and I certainly, and we'll obviously preview the games next week, but I certainly have feelings about what's going to happen in those matchups
I've
specifically.
Expressed my wishes, and looking at this bracket, I like my chances of a Big Ten, SEC Final Four, and I'm very excited about it.
Because
I'm too excited. Because I'm sure there will be some SEC officiating crews,
and that motherfucker that coaches Texas Tech, that it's going to be a real shame if Oregon humbles that guy. But we'll talk about those games next week once we are back from the Christmas holiday. But it's there's not going to be an easy fix or an easy answer to any of these things, but. We will certainly try to make sense, at least of the games, when we get to next weekend. But sticking in the playoff conversation, we're gonna look at the NFL playoff picture as we head into Week 17. A couple of adjustments from last week, and we now have some teams that have clinched. And some movement in the NFC side. So the Seahawks coming off their win over the Rams, they are now your 1 seed in the NFC, and we'll start on that side of the bracket. The Bears are now the 2 seed. They would face the Packers in round 1. The Eagles and 49ers remain locked in the 3-6 spots, and the Rams dropped to 5, and they would face the currently NFC South leading Carolina Panthers. Your teams that have clinched on the NFC side, and if you're on the video, you'll see a little gold shadow there underneath them. Seattle, Chicago, Philly, and San Francisco, and the Rams have all clinched playoff spots. So the 7th spot and the NFC
the Niners
South
somehow at 6 control their own destiny.
Yeah.
Because I heard going into last week, if they win out their last 3 games, they would be the number 1 seed.
So actually, I made a mistake on the bracket. So if the 5 and the 6 should be flipped, the Niners are actually your 5 seed. So that's a mistake on.
So they would
face the
Carolina.
Panthers. And the Eagles would play the Rams.
Well, I don't like that.
Sean's like, no, I like the one that I'm looking at.
I like the other one. Let's go with this bracket.
Let's go with this bracket.
Of course, it's going to be messed up in 2 weeks anyway. But
sure, yeah, exactly. It will likely not remain the same. But man, I think the biggest question, because the only thing that's really changed was your NFC West leader. But really, what is going on with the Buccaneers, man? They feel like they're just in full collapse mode.
That's what's wrong with them. They're trash. More on that later.
Todd Bowles has to be gone, right? Like if they don't.
Well, I told somebody I was talking to last night. I was out, and somebody saw my Eagles shirt and was asking what was wrong with asked me the same question. They said, "What was wrong with what's the Bucs' problem right now?" And I said, "Football currently. It seems to be the problem. They're not good at it." There
we go. There's the updated bracket.
And I asked, I said, like, as a Buccaneers fan, are you actually hoping that you win this game and the Panthers lose and you go to the playoffs? And he's like, heck yeah, playoffs. We have a shot. I'm like, do you honestly think that? Do you honestly think that, like, if we get in any given Sunday, baby, like, I get it. There's a percent there. Yes. I mean, you could host the Rams and
host
maybe
Niners.
Matt Stafford forgets where the stadium is and doesn't show up. And you get a much easier matchup. What are you hoping for in a matchup against the Rams right now, home or away? I told him, I said, in my opinion, I think if you're tired of Todd Bowles and you're tired of this coaching staff and you think it's stale and boring, which it is, it's all boring.
Right.
I was like, then you need them to lose.
Right.
Right. Or at the very least, Carolina to win and just hold you off. Right. Like just let's stop this charade.
Right, win out. But see, dude, if you're
the Panthers almost screwed themselves. They had a Saints game and they lost too.
I know. The NFC South.
More on that later.
The NFC South is the ACC of the NFL. Like it truly is. It's awful. It's not good. And we just it's
not
bad.
Great, Bob.
But yeah, it's
like Buzz's girlfriend.
All right, looking at the AFC side, Denver's still up top. I don't think this didn't move at all. I think from
I was gonna say it looks pretty much.
The only thing that has changed is the Broncos, the Patriots, and the Chargers by way of the Colts loss last night. The Chargers have clinched a playoff spot. The Bills have clinched a playoff spot as well. So
baffling for the Chargers, were the state that they were in a few weeks ago. I mean, for them to have clinched anything right now is baffling because they looked like they were on a landslide.
Yeah, they were
banged up
in a bad way.
Playing terrible football. They looked like Harbaugh had lost some control. It just nothing looked right. They looked like the Buccaneers, so and they found their. How about them? Congrats to Harbaugh and the squad, and
happy birthday to Jim Harbaugh.
Look at that! Look at that segue. I didn't know I was leading into.
He is. Let me look it up to be factually accurate. 62 years young today, Coach Harbaugh. So
looks way better than either one of us.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody.
62 and just looking miles better than anyone on this podcast.
My goodness, it's all the whole milk and probably raw beef. If we're being honest, I would imagine Jim Harbaugh is a raw beef guy. I just
something.
I just have that feeling.
Or just generally eating vegetables. Probably does that.
Maybe
I don't,
maybe
I
a
don't,
couple of them.
I don't know what that's like.
He's probably I think probably a fan of corn. I just feel like he's a big Midwest.
Yeah,
like corn, potatoes, beef, and milk. Like I feel like that's
a lot of that.
That's the four food groups of Jim
and that's
Harbaugh.
The formula to look that good at 62. Just keep eating those four things.
Jesus. Well, the Washington Capitals are just collapsing in the third, so that's everything's normal on that front. But yeah, I mean, I think if you're the Chargers, you want everything to just kind of stay as it is. I think you would like that matchup with the Steelers team that's floundering. The Bills Jags, I think, would be a really fun opening round matchup.
Because I guess the only thing that can muss up that really would be a Steelers loss to the Browns and 2 wins by the Ravens.
Yeah, Steelers can lock up a playoff or lock up the division
by beating the Browns
with a win in the last 2 weeks, a 1 win or a single Ravens loss in the last 2 weeks. So
because I saw something today that they would have to lose to the Browns. I saw that someone said that today on the air. that and it took me by surprise. So I'm wondering if it's like a divisional.
Well, because they play the Ravens in the final week of the year. So if they play the Browns this week. So
right. So if the Ravens win out, they get a Steelers loss no matter what.
Correct.
So they would,
correct. Yeah. So yeah,
but they still need them to lose the second game. Right.
Because they play each other next week. So like if the Steelers lose and the Ravens win this week, the game next week will be for the division.
That week 18 matchup. Yeah, that makes sense. I did remember that.
Yeah. But yeah, if a Steelers win over the Browns or a Ravens loss this week, that would end the AFC North division.
Man, I hope for some excitement in week 18 that the Steelers lose to the Browns and the Ravens win. That would at least make that game a must-watch.
Yeah.
Of course, we don't know what Lamar Jackson's status is. Zay Flowers might not have hands. We don't really know. Didn't look like it.
Certainly did not look like it. But yeah, it's been a rough go. Been a rough go for the Ravens. Very beat up Ravens team. I know there's a lot of people ready to write the eulogy of John Harbaugh in Baltimore. I
think it's written. I'm not sure it's signed.
Yeah, I was saying I don't think it's ready to. I don't think it's ready to be published yet.
What's your take on that? If they say they come out this week and they lose. Obviously, they're not going to fire him with one game to go. But at the end of this season, if they're not in the postseason, do you think he's toast?
Here's the thing. I think he and Mike Tomlin both should have been fired probably about 2 years ago.
They could both get fired and switch teams.
God, could you imagine?
Freaky Friday in the AFC.
Could you imagine that? No, but it would make it even crazier. Zach Taylor gets fired in Cincy, and like Harbaugh goes to Cincy, Tomlin goes to Baltimore, and Taylor goes to Pittsburgh. Just a three-way swap of
musical chairs.
Three-way swap. But I think with all of the injuries that the Ravens have had this year, and knowing that their general manager and their front office and Harbaugh are like best friends, it's only like their second losing record in a decade. I don't think they will fire him this year. But do you think that they do?
I'm on the fence. I'm EJing right now, but I would lean the other way that he's
and it's just time,
because I think the combination of it's time and the fact that you have a fan base that's going to want answers. Your time with Henry and Lamar Jackson and these guys is dwindling, right?
Sure.
Mark Andrews may not even be there. You have an Isaiah Likely there where he says is the future. Well, he's like 26. These guys are not getting younger, and you're getting farther away.
Yeah, and it happens quick, man. It happens quick.
So, someone's, Lamar getting hurt. Is that Lamar? Or is that like a mentor not going, get your crap together, man.
Right.
Eat better, stretch better.
Right.
Stay in the pocket more. Like, you're not a kid anymore, man.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do this. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, if they can't find a way to keep Lamar on the field, you're going to need a coach that can get the most out of everybody else. And I'm not sure it's been Harbaugh in the last 30 games or so.
It's been tough. All right, let's head on to the NFL week number 17 in the season. So we are getting close to the end.
It's sad. It's exciting and sad.
Yeah, I'm excited for what my Chargers can do, but otherwise it's felt like a rough and weird year. Like, not even just like the NFL's drunk, but like injuries to key players, and it's been a tough year.
Good thing they changed that kickoff rule. Really saved a lot of folks.
Yes, they sure did. All right, we will start this Saturday, the 27th, 4:30 Eastern Time on the NFL Network. A battle in the AFC. The 10-5 Texans, they travel to SoFi Stadium, and the 11-4 Chargers, a 2-point home favorite for Harbaugh's bunch. Your over/under in this one, 39.5.
Well, we just talked up the Chargers, and hats off to them again. But when you get to games in the last 2 weeks of the season, a lot of times when I can't really decide, and I think both teams are playing really good football, I try to ask myself either A, who's got a bigger chip on their shoulder, or B, who's got more to play for. And right now, I think the answer to question 2 is probably the Houston Texans. This is a team that can still catch the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's a team that, despite having the best defense in football, has underperformed only because the Jaguars are way better than anyone anticipated. But this was our team to run away with the South, and I think they're going to do their best to try to take it. Give me the Texans to cover and win in this game. And I like 39.5 is low already, but that's 2 good defenses there. I'm going to take the under.
Yeah, this game makes me a little nervous as a full season Justin Herbert fantasy owner sitting in a fantasy championship, but
rough spot to be in.
It is, but looking at the other quarterback options that are out there, I'm probably still going to roll with my guy.
Make you feel better. I have changed all going forward. I'm only playing if a player's playing well and they're playing at the peak of the. I don't care who they're playing against because I sat Trevor Lawrence against the Denver Broncos.
Ouch.
in a must-win playoff matchup because I was afraid of the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
And you saw what happened there. CJ Stroud was the choice, by the way. 11 points versus 48. Not great.
Not great. Yeah, I'm going to roll with my guy. I put my trust in Justin Herbert. I'm gonna keep rolling with him, and for that and maybe that reason alone, I am picking the Chargers to win on Saturday because I need it more. So it's Harbaugh's birthday week. It's Christmas. It's Herbert. He loves himself from Justin Herbert. Let's bring home another win, and maybe depending what happens, albeit in the Broncos-Chiefs game, you might get the inside track to the NFC or the AFC West. If you're the Chargers going into the last week of the season. So still plenty to play for Harbaugh's guys. So give me the Chargers to win and to cover. And also hopefully for my fantasy sake, I will take the over in this one. All right, let's move to Sunday. Starting at 1:00 Eastern time on CBS, a game that shockingly actually has playoff implications. The 12-3 Seattle Seahawks 7.5 point road favorite at the 8-7 Carolina Panthers. Your over/under is 42.5.
Oh, Sam Darnold, the anomaly that is. It's Russian roulette out there. You know,
he goes in waves in the same game. It's not even week to week anymore.
5 good Darnolds and 1 terrible one. You just spin it.
It's unbelievable.
Having said that, the Buccaneers aren't good, but neither are the Panthers. I think the Panthers, in my opinion, are playing better football than the Buccaneers, and so rightfully so are ahead of them in the standings. But this Seattle team just beat the Rams. I mean, like this is not them. This is the Panthers. I'm going to take the Seahawks clearly to win. I'm just debating whether I like them to cover. Cover it. I think the Panthers lose. And we leave it up if the Bucs are going to pass them or not. The Bucs are going to have to do it themselves. So they're going to get the opportunity, and we'll see if they fail or not. But I'll take the Seahawks to cover, and I'm going to take the over 42.5. I think the Panthers' defense is suspect in the last few weeks, and I think Sam Darnold actually finds a way to have a day.
Yeah, and again, certainly as a Jackson Smith and Jigba owner, I would certainly hope
I would
that
expect him to have a day.
I would hope so. Devin checking in with us. He said, "What's up? Just wanted to pop in. Wish you guys a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and hope we have a safe one as well." Yeah, you too, Devin. Appreciate you checking in with us. Hope you have a great holiday week, and Santa brings you what you want for Christmas. Well, unless you wish for like a Dolphins Super Bowl, because I don't think Sandy can pull that one off. Yeah, look, Carolina has probably exceeded expectations. Still have a shot, even if they do lose on Sunday, to finish above 500. Which, if you're playing over unders at the start of the year, I don't remember what it was, but I bet it wasn't 8 or 9. So, definitely an upswing for Carolina, but they're not going to beat Seattle, and Seattle's looking to cinch up that division. Number 1 seed, home field advantage, I think would be huge for Seattle. in this postseason. So give me Sam Darnold and the Seahawks to cover the 7. And I like the over because, yeah, like you, I think Carolina is going to score quite a bit of points in this one. All right.
Throw Devin's comment up there. Look, he's complimenting us.
There we go.
Because he said we're smart.
We're smart. I love that. Love it. Love you too, buddy.
Smart asses.
That's
nice, Devin. Thank you.
Appreciate that, bud.
It's always nice to be noticed.
Sunday, 4:25 Eastern time on Fox. We have the 10-5 Philadelphia Eagles traveling to the possibly, yes, it would be the second to last because the Bills are not going to host a home game. Second to last game up there at the old
Look at that.
Highmark Field or New Era Field or whatever it is in Buffalo. They're a 2.5 point home favorite, 11-4. Your over under on this one is 43.5.
Haven't checked the weather forecast, but one thing I can tell you is in the forecast is the Eagles are getting 2 very big Christmas presents in Lane Johnson and Jalen Carter. Healthy once again will rejoin the Eagles in Buffalo, and with the addition of those 2 guys and the fact that we've had kind of a resurgence of the running game, the rushing offense has looked good. Barkley's fired up, and the fact that I think this is a measuring stick for a lot of folks. I know the Bills have been up and down, and may have recently been down, but I think for the Eagles, for people to feel good, you just came off 2 good wins against not so great opponents, but they were good wins. I think if we can beat the Bills in Buffalo, I think the belief train is moving a lot faster, and I think it happens. I think the Bills flounder a bit. I don't think Allen has looked great. The strength has been on James Cook. The one thing the Eagles do very well is slow down a running game, and so sounds dumb to say try to hang it on the hat of Josh Allen and hope for the best, but that's probably what they'll do. We have a couple good corners out there covering whatever riffraff they're throwing out there on the field in Buffalo these days. Whoever their number 1 is will not be open because we're going to just cover the crap out of them. So give me the Eagles to cover and win, and I think that 43.5 feels low because I think we're going to hold the lead. Josh Allen will push back, and all of that will drive it well over 43.5.
Weather for Sunday, showers high near 45.
Perfect. That works just fine for me.
Yeah, so the temperature will be dropping probably into the 40s and upper 30s.
Go ahead and blitz Jalen Hurts too. We love when you do that.
Yeah, I mean the Eagles. They're mostly locked in to the 3 spot. I think I saw if they lose out and the Panthers win out, they would fall to the 4 seed. But probably not going to happen. You're probably going to be safe there. Bills, I think, still have a chance to play for some playoff seeding. I don't think they're going to catch the Patriots. But if they want to try, they need a win. So when you start talking about that, who needs it more? I think the Bills need this more. And to maybe send off their fans and their stadium. With the last 2 games there, they're going to want to win this one. I think they can pull that off. I think they cover the 2.5. And I think if you're going to beat the Eagles, I think you're going to have to do it with your offense. So give me the over in that one. Devin, actually, Santa Claus might be able to bring this one. What I want for Christmas is Mike McDaniels not have a job next season. So
I think he could arrange.
He can probably pull that one off. And last one, Sunday night, 8:20 Eastern time on NBC. It is the 11-4 Chicago Bears traveling to Santa Clara to take on the 11-4 San Francisco 49ers, a 2.5 point home favorite. You're over under 50.5. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, haven't gotten to watch the 49ers as much this year as I have the Bears. Watched them last night. The 49ers look like a good product. I don't know. I talked in length a few weeks ago about the Patriots and how I just don't know who I've seen them play. I didn't know what kind of opinions to have because they hadn't played anybody. And I feel like the 49ers feels the same way. I feel like the big games they've had are the losses on their schedule. So and then to be like, well, they beat Seattle, but it was week 1. And I don't think that counts for anyone. So I I question what they have. I do know what the Bears have, and the Bears have an offense that's becoming more creative as the weeks go by. They're starting to figure out who has what. I think the roles are more defined. We know who Monangai is. We know that Swift is still in play, and with fresh legs, he's incredibly good at what he does. And Caleb Williams is building confidence and steam, and I think that continues. I think the 49ers get a little bit of a wake-up call here and get a reminder of, like, there are better teams out there than who we've been playing, and the Bears want to hold on to that north. This is going to be a good time to do it. So give me the Bears to cover and win, and give me a 50.5. Oh, man, that is a huge number. Just under. The defenses hold just enough. I could easily see this go. I would not touch this over under. A lot of times we say that's the play. I would stay away because I think in different scenarios this could go either direct.
I think defense and lower points is probably the play if you're going to touch this game. Wouldn't advise it. But you talk about who have they played, who have they beaten, and granted we could probably do this with a number of teams, right?
Sure.
But since a Week 8 loss to Houston, this is what the Niners have done. Lost to Houston, beat the Giants by 10, lose to the Rams, beat the Cardinals, Panthers, Browns, Titans, Colts.
Right.
Now, granted, they beat the Colts soundly yesterday.
We've also talked about how this is just a deflating Colts team.
Yeah.
Right? Like, God.
Like, Phillip Rivers was the best player on the field. Credit to Phillip Rivers. What the fuck to the Indianapolis Colts?
Right?
Like that's
Spiking.
Like we were talking about this team earlier in the year. Like Danny Dimes was lighting it up, and Taylor looked great, and the receivers are catching balls, and the defense was playing well. And holy hell, this team looks complete. And then they
were the best team in football because they were.
They were, and then they completely lost it. Like, who knew Danny Dimes was the glue that held this whole thing together? So
you need to go back and get a shitload of dimes.
He's about to get a shitload of dimes.
He sure is.
That's a clip I need on the board, by the way, especially if Danny's going to stay out.
Danny Dimes is going to carry on as the starter. You're going to need that clip.
Shitload of dimes.
Check.
Got it. All that said, and it's not to totally discredit the 49ers with the injuries and the Ayuk stuff. Like, I mean, this team's had the potential to teeter and fall off the cliff, right? And they haven't.
Curious to see how many different sets of top 3 receivers they've started throughout the year.
It's astounding. But that said, I like the Chicago Bears more here. I think the Bears are just like you said. They just are clicking on a different level. Amazing what can happen when adults are in the room leading this team. And they're feeling it. They love what they do. They don't seem to get phased going into challenging environments. So they're going to walk right into Santa Clara and not blink. And I think they're going to come out on top. But like I said, I would take the under. 50.5 seems like a lot of points with these two squads. So that is where we will leave week number 17, and we'll see with all of the playoff spots and things kind of getting hashed out already and all of that. I'll see what we can come up with for next week. Like we said, maybe we get a Ravens Steelers matchup for all the marbles, but we'll see what
you can always do like a trash bowl. Like if it's really
if it's real bad, we'll just do the worst of the worst. I like that.
There's 2 teams in our bottom 5s that are playing each other. We go with that.
I like that. All right, so let's move to the power rankings as we do each and every week. We look at the top 10, the bottom 5. Sean, who is your bottom 5 this week?
Bottom 5, I believe my 28 is a new team in the bottom 5 because I've got a Titans team that graduated. Congratulations, Tennessee.
Congrats.
They look. I don't want to say they look good, but they look serviceable. The Cardinals do not. So the Cardinals have arrived in the bottom 5. 28 is the Arizona Cardinals. 29 the New York goddamn Jets. The 30 is the Browns. The Raiders at 31, pushing for 32. Jets. There's ever been a team pushing to be worst in the league. The Raiders and the Giants are fighting it out right now. But the Browns are like not so fast. We have Shador.
Not so fast, my friend.
But we'll stick with the division rival, the New York Giants. We'll keep them at the bottom because F them.
Yeah, so EJ's bottom 5. This may be the most shocking moment of the entire season. 28 Titans, 29 those Jets.
The goddamn Jets.
Number 30 in EJ's bottom 5, the Kansas City Chiefs. Nobody is more shocked than everybody on this panel. It's been the world's longest course correction, but he has finally arrived. He has Raiders at 31, Giants at 32. Mike has the Dolphins at 28. Sorry, Devin. He has the
goddamn Jets
at 29. He also has the Chiefs at 30, Browns 31, and Raiders 32. Giants still hold at 28 for me. Titans move up into the 29 spot. Browns move up to the 30 spot because the Jets collapsing and the Raiders collapsing even further on the list for me. It's brutal. It is just it's absolutely brutal. They all stink. Sean, who is your top 10 this week?
Let's take a look at the 10. As kind of an FU to everybody in the fact that there could be one of 5 teams in the 10 spot. I'm going to go with the hottest team.
Joe Buck yourself.
The hottest team in football, the New Orleans Saints, coming in at number 10 as an FU to everybody else. Truth is, this is probably just the 49ers, but I still don't trust them. But this is the New Orleans Saints getting a hey, good job on your 3 wins for me. Then I got the Texans at 9. I got the Eagles at 8. Chargers in their playoff clinch at number 7. The Rams slide a bit to number 6. Broncos also moving south just a little to number 5. The Patriots.
The Denver Broncos.
There they are. Patriots coming in at number 4. Very AFC heavy top of the rankings here. But we got the Seahawks pulling number 3, holding the NFC's weight. And the Bears at number 1, but the Jaguars have moved into that 2 spot. After a very impressive day of football on Sunday.
EJ, and man, boy, I wish he was here to talk about these because I have questions. Texans 10, Jaguars 9, 49ers 8, Eagles 7, Bills 6, Patriots 5, Broncos 4, Chargers 3, Seahawks 2, and the Rams stay at 1 despite a loss to the Seattle Seahawks. We'll talk about that. Mike has Packers 10, Texans 9, Jaguars 8, Chargers 7, Rams 6, Niners 5, Bears 4, Broncos 3, Patriots 2. Wait, does he have the Broncos? I think he means Seahawks maybe at 1. This might be an error on me. Let me pull up Mike's rankings as they were submitted. Seahawks at 1. That's gotcha. That one's on me. Seahawks at 1. Sorry, Mike, for getting the graphic wrong. We'll have to fire that graphics guy. He's made a couple of mistakes this week.
The worst.
For me, I have Bills 10, Packers 9, Chargers 8, Eagles 7, Patriots 6, Jaguars 5, Broncos 4, Rams 3, Seahawks 2, and the Chicago Bears are my new number 1 this week. Jason asks, and I believe Jason is a 49ers fan, asks, why are the Niners not in our top 10s? Because
F them, that's why.
Personally, I still don't really believe in them. I don't know if you were with us a couple minutes ago. We previewed the Bears Niners game. They haven't really beaten anyone good over the past.
And typically going into
weeks.
A game like that against the Bears, like where I'm like, okay, this team's going to get a chance to prove it. And if they beat the Bears, do they end up in my 10 next week? Yeah, probably.
They will be in mine if they win this week.
They've been in and out of mine. Sometimes they fall when they win because other teams win better games, or this bottom 4 teams, like 7 through 10, could be one of. I mean, there's 4 spots there for what could be like 8 teams, I think. And depending on the week, I shuffle them, but. Yeah, I just, it's like I said, I usually go back into the schedule. No, they would not be number 1. Sorry, Jason. I see he just posted if they beat the Bears.
No, stop that.
That's ludicrous. They would still be.
Jason, the Niners beat the Seahawks in week 1.
Right. Right, and it was like.
Are you the college football playoff committee for caring that hard about capping that hard for a week one
driving
win?
to win the game and like stepped on his own player's leg and like fumbled the football or something, if I remember correctly. Like it was like, you know, and could that have just not been a comeback anyway? I suppose, but it was like a weird ending to a weird game. But yeah, they got him, so good for them. The Seahawks weren't really rolling until I think like week 4.
There's 6-11-4 teams. The Niners are the worst of the 6. Like.
Yeah, bottom 2. Yeah, I'd say of them, they were probably like there's 5 lost teams that I think are better than the 49ers.
Literally over the we just said over the last 8 weeks, the Niners have not. They have a ton
of talent. Like, don't get me. They have talented players. I don't think a lot of it is at the quarterback position. It's nice that they paid Christian McCaffrey twice and just paid Christian McCaffrey and a quarterback for Christian McCaffrey. That's cute. But Brock Purdy is good. I don't think he's great. I think with some of the safety blankets go away, it's not. But
yeah, they beat the Rams in week 5. They also lost to the Rams 4 weeks ago, 42-26. So
right, it was a pretty rough going.
So it's convenient. Maybe that's in the next message. I'm not sure.
It's a swap. And the injuries, like one of those injuries to Brock Purdy, I talked about it the whole way through. That when Brock Purdy wasn't in there, they were just they have the same guy.
Mac Jones is cheaper. Brock Purdy.
He's the same guy. He might even have better touch on his football. I like Mac Jones a lot, and don't get me wrong. I think if you're unsure about the guy you just paid a ton of money to, that was a brilliant signing for them. I don't know how Jacksonville didn't just pay him to be their backup, but Mac Jones is one of the best backups in the league. Yeah, I don't know what to make of the Niners. Do they have enough talent to beat any of these teams? On our top 10s, I mean, yeah, I think, you know, when you're talking a top 15, they would definitely be there. And like I said, they are probably, if you were listening, instead of just typing, I said that the Niners are probably number 10. But I threw the Saints in there because it was a mishmash of teams that I don't trust any of them.
He says here the Hawks should have lost to the Colts. Well, they probably should have, but they didn't. And for the record, that was last week's rankings where I kept the Seahawks in the 4 spot. I didn't move them up for beating the Colts. And if record serves, I think I may have actually moved them down 1 for barely beating the Colts.
They won a sloppy game and then this week won a very good one.
Yeah, so for the record, I punish teams accordingly and I rank teams accordingly. And out of the 11-4 teams, the Niners are the least impressive of all of them. It's not meant to be an insult, but the problem is when you have a large grouping of teams with pretty much the same record, there will be teams in that grouping that find their way out. And when your best win in the last month and a half is over the Tennessee Titans, you're probably going to find yourself on the outside looking in there.
Yeah. But like I said, if I have them at 10,
beat the Bears, they'll be in here next week.
Those 2 teams will meet in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
So yeah, you beat the Bears, you'll be in the rankings next week. So Merry Christmas, Jason.
Have a good one.
I am baffled that EJ again does not have the Bears in his top 10. Like,
what does he do?
Like, what are we doing here? Like, don't get me wrong. I love the swing of the Chargers at 3. My Chargers at 3, but my goodness, man, how do you not have the Bears in there?
Patriots stay down. The Bills stay up.
Like,
does he just not update him? Is he asking AI to do this?
Maybe
he gave up and he's just like, AI, write me a top 10 list.
Like he did did punish the Broncos for a loss. Seahawks get a win,
but not the Rams.
I get it. Like a close. No, the Cowboys probably won't win a Super Bowl, Jason. Like I don't know. If you've listened to this show over the 5-6 years that have been on here, please show me the time I predicted the Cowboys or even said seriously that the Cowboys were going to win a Super Bowl. I would love to see.
I don't recall a time.
Yeah, I don't. I don't either. But yeah, EJ, man, you gotta get the Bears in there, bud. I don't.
EJ, write us a letter send it to us, and we just like some explanations on a few of these things.
And like the Jags only moving up one after beating his number 2 team, and beating them soundly, by the way.
Right, and the Seahawks are behind the Rams.
I
don't. What
I
do you want them to do?
I have questions,
and I'm sure he'll be like, "Well, Stafford's still better than Darnold, and Nakua's still better than he's not better than Jigba." I think they're equally great.
I think they are equally great.
But
he'll
probably say if Devontae Adams plays, the Rams win that game, and they probably do. But that's another story for another day.
Going back, not to get back on this 49ers train, but I feel like Mike having them at 5 is worse than us having them out of our top 10.
I mean, there are things to like about the Niners. If you're focusing on
the good, I suppose.
The good, and you're like, okay, McCaffrey looks great. The defense looks healthy. Bethune was great. Thank you, Bethune, by the way. I needed 9.5 points out of Bethune and tackles. Crushed that. So
there you go.
It was an excellent last 5 minutes for Bethune. So that guy's exciting. Good for him. But yeah, I think that the optics, so to speak, of the game in Indianapolis looked good. Like it looked real good. They looked strong. They looked comfortable. But man, if the Colts could have tackled anyone at any point and made them have to go into their playbook instead of just hand it off or throw to whoever's open, I think then I'd have been more. But yeah, the Colts just looked. I mean, they looked like the worst team of the last 4 the Niners have played.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Look, even Jason agrees they shouldn't be 5. He said if they had Bosa, Warner, etc., they should be 5. So look at that. We already found common ground with Jason.
All right, at least we know. He wants us in the 10.
He's like a homer a bit, but he's not like a crazy homer.
But he's more realistic than we're giving him credit for.
There we go. Well done, sir. I apologize for some of my snarkiness earlier. Yeah, otherwise, Sean, I think we have similar ideas. I don't hate you getting the Jags up as high as you did. You had them at 5. You moved them up there to this.
They looked real good.
They did.
I am on board with Trevor Lawrence.
He looks tremendous.
Trevor
man.
Lawrence. I mentioned it earlier. Benched him in fear that do not bench him for any reason.
No,
he is playing with a fury, and whether it's the coach down there that has finally fixed the situation, or it's just riding a wave of confidence, whatever's going on there.
Duval.
The addition of Jacoby Myers to the other side opposite BTJ.
That's
the emergence of Parker Washington. That's been a huge story this year.
But that trade for Jacoby Myers looks to be one of the best in-season trades.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
It's in a long time.
It's a guy that, and now you can let BTJ just run the big chunk routes. Yeah, I think the Jaguars are legit. I could see them being someone I wouldn't want to play in the first round of the playoffs.
For sure.
But or any round for that.
Jason says they'll choke in the playoffs just like the Bucs. Well, the funny thing is the Bucs probably won't make the playoffs.
Bucs probably won't be there. So that's that's the incorrect statement. They won't choke in the playoffs.
Yeah, I probably could have moved him up higher. It just felt and maybe I probably should have put him over the Broncos because
do I really think the Jaguars are better than the Seahawks? Patriots. I mean, Patriots maybe. I still don't know what to make of them 100%. Love Drake May. Love parts of the Patriots. Don't really know. But the Broncos, to me, they're going to win again, and then they're going to, go back.
I honestly think that loss, in the long run, may be one of the best things that could have happened to the Denver Broncos.
You can't go running into the playoffs with a head of steam like that.
Because what? This past week, they had won 11 in a row. This past week would have been 12. If you don't lose again, you'd be going in there with a 14-game winning streak, and you got a bye week. That would have been tough. So and here's the thing, I know it's all those old cliches, you learn more from a loss than you do a win, but I think really in the long run, this loss kind of getting a reset right before the end.
In the face.
Yeah, it's a reality check. It's a reality check.
Check that we're not invincible, and I think you always know that, but you start to build it inside that maybe you are, but yeah, I think the Broncos will be just fine. They still have one of the 3 deepest rosters in the league, so they'll be fine.
Yeah, they are. They're a great team. A lot of those out there. Sean, any other thoughts on the power rankings?
No, I'm good.
All right, well then we will wrap it up the only way that we know how going into Christmas here.
You better lock it up. You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
All right, looking ahead to the week that will be in the world of football. Sean, what will happen this weekend?
I'm going to have some fun with it because I think there's some really bad football. There's a lot of easy locks you could take. Like, there's some bad teams playing against. I mean, saying the Lions are going to get things right would be a pretty not so gutsy play against a Vikings team with basically you at quarterback. I'm going to go out on a fun limb, and I'm going to tick off any of the kids that listen to this podcast. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers stroll in to Miami to play the Dolphins with the hopes of catching the Carolina Panthers. And no matter what Carolina does, it's not going to work because the Miami Dolphins will win the battle of East versus West in the state of Florida. The Miami Dolphins will run all over the Buccaneers and expect a big day from the tight ends and anyone who wants to cross the middle of the field where the Buccaneers seem to have forgotten that there's still football field between the hash marks. The Dolphins are very good at the two things that the Buccaneers defense does worse. Give me the Dolphins as a lock in Miami.
Lock it up.
There we go. I have a couple different ones. We already kind of predicted a Steelers loss. I'm gonna knock that one away. My Los Angeles Chargers are going to move into first place, or have a chance at first place. Let me double check. Let me double check my standings here to make sure I'm not totally crazy. No, with a win,
at least mostly crazy.
With a win, over the Texans, and a Christmas Day shock of Chris Oladokun getting his first win as your Kansas City Chiefs quarterback. The Chiefs beat the Broncos, and the Chargers with a Saturday night win, fresh off of his 63rd birthday. Jim Harbaugh's bunch will be your new AFC West leader going into
out of your mind.
Going into the final week of the regular season.
On his most recent comment at this point.
And that is what, and I do. It's going to set up. It's going to set up the perfect matchup for the Broncos and the Chargers, Week 18. Says you're drinking bad eggnog.
He's probably talking to me, but it works for that.
It works for both of us. So Chargers going into Week 18 will be your.
Lock it up.
Which a funny thing is that they both just win this weekend.
Can't even pronounce that quarterback's name.
A lot
of bullshit in that prediction.
A lot of bullshit. Right there. But the funny thing is that they both just win this weekend. Then the matchup in Week 18 is for the division anyway. So
right.
Why not?
You have two lock it ups. You have those crazy things happening, but also just the Chargers catching the Broncos. It's pretty much where you're at. All right.
There's only one that can have it better than us. Future us.
That's future us. That is future us. That's the only ones that can have it better.
Oh my god.
Than us is future
a lot
of missteps there, but it's okay.
Yeah. It's all right. I just picked the Dolphins. So what do I?
I was gonna say maybe Jason's right about the eggnog, but Sean, let's wrap it up. It's Christmas week. Let's wrap it up. You still
wrapping?
Yeah, wrap it up.
All right. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on the Twitter at Sean Shine State. You can also follow me watching the birds, especially watching Jordan Davis this week, trying to maybe play with a little chip on his shoulder, not getting that Pro Bowl nod, complete snub, but a competitor. Great season for him. So I'll watch him to have a big day. So you'll be following me, following Jordan Davis. Otherwise, just have yourselves a Merry Christmas. Be safe out there, whatever holiday you celebrate, or if you don't, be safe either way, and just try to be nice. People trying a lot of things, a lot of pressure. There's a lot of people under a lot of stress. Try to be nice. Ask how people are doing. Make sure you show a little caring attitude towards others. But other than that, go Birds.
Yeah, it's a good message, man. I hope everybody does have a good holiday, no matter how you celebrate. Celebrate safely, celebrate happily, no matter what holiday you do participate in. We appreciate your support now all season long, obviously all in fun. Jason, Devin, anybody who comments, and we've had a lot of support this year on the YouTube channel and everything, so we appreciate that. If you want to follow along with us, scan the QR code, top right corner of your screen. That'll get you to our link tree, and there you'll find our YouTube channel, podcast channels, social media, all of that, our TeePublic store. Go ahead and grab something over there. But Huddle Up Podcast, kind of across the board in most places, podcast channels. Give us a subscribe. YouTube as well. We're getting a ton of support and feedback and comments and everything over there. So certainly do appreciate that. Very thankful for everybody here. We'll be back again next Tuesday to wrap up the look ahead to the college football playoff second round. Look at the final week of the NFL season. So still plenty to do here on this season of Huddle Up Podcast. Until then, stay safe, stay smart, and as always, go for the win.